1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Welcome to the Meadowlands, where Mother Nature has New Yorkers thinking summer. An unseasonably warm afternoon for football in October. Fox NFL Sunday is proud to present Week 7, the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. And welcome Matt Vasgersian.
New York Giant pride. We're going for the kill, baby. We're going for the kill.
Touchdown pass in every game this season. If he catches one today, he ties Kyle Rote's franchise record for consecutive games with a TD catch.
Well, it's going to be a little bit difficult because the 49ers have some good corners out there. Nate Clements and Walt Harris, a good pair.
Vernon Davis active today. Look for him to line up in different formations throughout the afternoon.
And when you've got two great rushers on the outside, it causes fits for your offensive line. That 49er offensive line is going to have their hands full this afternoon.
Brandon Jacobs in the backfield with Eli Manning. Play action on the first play from scrimmage. Pass is caught by Jeremy Shockey, who is out to the 30-yard line. Good for a Giant first down as Patrick Willis makes the 2nd and 6. Again, Ward is the deep back. More Manning play action. And Ward is unable to hang on. He saw Derek Smith coming down at him. In the Giants as Sonoris Moss is checked in. Shockey in that short motion. And movement at the line of scrimmage.
Worrying about cadence. Could give you an extra half a second on that pass rush.
The penalty makes for a manageable 3rd and 1 for Manning. Passing on 3rd and short. Pass is caught by Plaxico Burress. No practice, no problem. We mentioned Plaxico Burress has caught a touchdown pass every week. 8 to lead the NFC. The second player since 1970 with a TD catch in his first 6 games of the season.
He's a special guy on the outside. I mean, it creates such matchup problems. You just look at the size of him. And a couple weeks ago, that Jet game on that bad ankle, just a monster stiff arm, and took a short pass and turned it into a long touchdown.
Brandon Jacobs around the corner. Inside the 35 before being taken down by Marcus Douglas, the 7-year vet. A pickup of 5 for Jacobs.
And without really one dynamic guy, they sure are good as a group.
San Francisco puts its nickel package on the field on 2nd and 5. And more motion on the drive for the Giants. Manning hands it off to the big back Jacobs inside the 20. First down, New York.
There's that offensive line group again. They come off in unison. Watch the center. He's going to get up and get this block. You got the guard pulling around to seal the force that comes in. And look at that running lane that they create. They work very well together. They come off in unison. In pass protection, they stay on the same level.
Already the 9th play of the drive for New York. Brandon Jacobs, 29 yards on 4 carries in this opening drive. The dump down to Jacobs, and he's inside the 10. Nate Clements stops him for San Francisco.
Very methodical with this opening drive. And before last week, very good. And this is a nice opening drive by this Giants offense.
2nd and just a yard. Jacobs still at the deep set of the eye. Jacobs running left. And looks to have enough for another New York first down. So Ruben Drones, who has inherited the unusual role of being the short yardage back with so much talented tailback for these Giants, is inserted into the backfield.
Unfortunately, they got Derek Ward in there right now. See what he can do.
It is Derek Ward at tailback on 1st and goal.
Right here.
Manning on the move.
Oh.
Ward with his 2nd drop of this opening drive.
This is a gimme right here. He's got him outflanked. He's behind Brandon Moore, just looking for that end zone. A little bit too early. Snuck a peek to see where he was last year. I mean, just, you saw the frustration. It was visible.
Play clock winding brought down. But give Ward a carry as he's inside the 5. Tackled by Patrick Willis. 2 tight ends for the Giants. The 13th play of the drive. 3rd and goal, New York. Touchdown, G-Men. Amani Toomer has just caught his 49th career touchdown pass. He has become the New York Giants' all-time touchdown receptions leader.
This is one of those systems where you just have to stay patient. He's coming from the outside, breaks to the inside, gets lost in the back of the end zone. A blown coverage by the 49ers. Shante Spencer up in the flat. He's got to drift back. Somebody lost track of number 81, left him free in the back corner.
Well, the 49ers, the PAT is no good. 49ers had been one of 4 teams not to have allowed points on an opponent's first possession. That goes away thanks to Amani Toomer this afternoon. Well, Amani Toomer's touchdown catch has the Giants on the scoreboard first at the Meadowlands this afternoon. 6-0 New York after the blown PAT by Lawrence Times.
That's a great opening drive. I mean, just down the field, control the line of scrimmage, and it's kind of bittersweet right there. You know, it's 6 points. It's just everything was going so well, and wow, that shame.
Corey Six is the deep man for San Francisco. They'll change it up. He hands to Michael Robinson, but the Giants smelled that one coming. San Francisco on offense, and they'll go to work trailing the Giants 6-0.
Think back to the best beer you've ever had. Now, get ready to top it. Fresh Budweiser served on draft. No other beer is this fresh. And the taste, just as the brewmaster intended. Will it be your best beer ever? I say we find out. Budweiser, the great American lager.
The Ford F-150 has massive lower front control arms and rear shock absorbers mounted outside the frame rails, giving it the highest available payload in its class. And giving you unbelievable handling and control. Now that's forward thinking.
My father played ball. He said after the season was over with, man, they didn't see each other until camp started. They say the season's 5 months, but man, the season's it's 12 months long, man. It has to be in order to stay in shape, compete with the best of the best. They make us go about 8 months. Not to mention those other 4 where you don't want to fall behind Pro Bowl guys. It's 12 months long. Oh, yeah, 13 months. 14 in a leap year.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager.
Giants on top 6-0 after a touchdown drive in their opening possession. It's time for Trent Dilfer and the 49ers offense to go to work. Dilfer led his Baltimore Ravens to a Super Bowl 35 win over the Giants. First play from scrimmage, a handoff to Frank Gore, but Moose, these are not the Baltimore Ravens, and times have changed from the 2000 season.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult road to hoe for Trent Dilfer, and this is a defense that's starting to find its way. And the new system came in. I think they were excited about it in preseason. They've gone back and made those corrections, so this Niners offense is going to have their hands full this afternoon.
On 2nd and 4, Dilfer loses his footing, and down he goes. Michael Strahan, the guy that made him a little edgy.
Well, that's the problem when you have the luxury of having 2 great pass rushers on the outside. Who do you double? How do you account for O.C. Umenyiora and Michael Strahan? They've got Joe Staley, a rookie, going up against one of the best pass rushers in the history of the NFL. and he got on his upfield shoulder immediately. He's got great athleticism, and I don't think people understand. Michael Strahan is sneaky strong, too. I mean, he'll bull rush you as good as anybody in the NFL.
The 49ers have converted at a league worst 24% of third down opportunities. Dilfer smashed as he throws. 3 and out goes San Francisco in their first possession of the game. O.C. Umenyiora had the penetration for New York from the other side of the line.
Well, this is what Steve Spagnuolo has done with this defense. You've got O.C. Umenyiora, Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, and Matthias Kiwanuka, 4 great pass rushers. So when you get into a third down, you've got 4 guys that really have a defensive end background that are coming after you. And right now,
Andy Lee has been the reluctant MVP for the 49ers through the first 5 weeks of the season. R.W. McQuarters, the former Niner, takes the punt back across the 40.
Pressure come from your guys off the line of scrimmage. Everybody in this front is coming except Aaron Ross. 7 guys. The guys who are up are reading. Once the running backs lock into protection, they're going. It's called a read blitz or a green dog. If your assignment is protection and you lock up the block, if you have that guy in man-to-man coverage, now you're coming too. They had 7 guys coming after Trent Dilfer.
On first down, Brandon Jacobs breaks free to midfield. 2nd and 2, an empty backfield for Manning. The quick drop. 3rd and 2 now. Derek Ward has replaced Brandon Jacobs at the back of the eye. The hand is to Derek Ward. Close to a first down. Paris Harrelson made the tackle for San Francisco.
Which Eli Manning has been extremely successful.
Just before time expires on the play clock, Derek Ward surging forward to the 42-yard line before Derek Smith can stop him. Another 6-yard pickup.
3 minutes ago.
2nd and 4. Jacobs running left for a New York first down and taken out of bounds at the 30-yard line as Mark Roman pushed him out.
Very quickly.
Brandon Jacobs has 50 of New York's 61 rushing yards already. This is Jacobs on a dump-off pass tackled at the 25 by Ray McDonald. Play action. Manning's pass caught by Jeremy Shockey, who is tackled from behind by Derek Smith.
And with that running game you were just talking about, here comes some more play action. A little boot out to the outside. Jeremy Shockey shows right away. They all function hand in hand. And once you get this ground game going, you establish control of the line of scrimmage, and then you let Eli Manning start to use the play action pass. The safeties have to come down and fight. The linebackers are moving up. You create huge voids in your coverage.
3 tight ends on the field with Reuben Drones in the backfield. And the hand is to Drones. Another New York first down.
The defense knew what they were going to do. I don't know if San Francisco can stop New York right now.
Well, they can't just go and sit there and play football with them. They got to go and blitz or run a stunt or do something to try and get pressure. Look at Peyton Manning just sitting back there. Well, there you go.
Intercepted. Derek Smith. Interception of the year for San Francisco stops the Giants at the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 for Dilfer. His pass is caught by Arnaz Battle. The Niners.
What they can't do is get away from Frank Gore. They've got to establish the running game with Frank Gore.
Dilfer rolls and overthrows his entire.
That's a ball that I think Trent should have completed.
49ers with the 32nd dead last ranked passing offense in the NFL. And on 2nd and 10, here's Gore. A flag on the play as Gore is taken down at the 37-yard line. Play clock winding down. Empty backfield for Dilfer on 2nd down. And they just get the play off. Pass is caught by Frank Gore out of the backfield. Now they're saying Gore was out of bounds. Incomplete. 1st and 10, San Francisco from their 45 after the penalty that gave them the first down and kept the drive going. The hand is to Frank Gore, just a second carry of the.
Frank Gore split out to Trent Dilfer's left. That's who everybody's looking at. With an empty backfield, they're going to come with the pass rush and try to pressure him as much as possible.
Pass caught by Vernon Davis. As we quickly check in with Kurt Menefee. Jeremy Shockey trying to rally the Giant Stadium crowd this afternoon. They don't need much encouraging. They split Michael Robinson, the tailback, up wide at the top of your screen. Delaney Walker in motion. And on 3rd and 3, San Francisco converts. First down, 49ers.
Right now, I mean, that's something you're going to sprinkle into your game plan, but right now it seems to be more of an emphasis.
Warren Norris and Frank Gore in the offset eye.
There you go.
For Frank Gore.
That's the guy.
10-plus yard runs in a game. That's 25 straight games with at least a 10-yarder. And Gore is dropped in the backfield this time. Not so much luck as James Butler, the third-year man, came in to make the tackle for a loss.
But you can't let those defensive linemen meet you.
Gore gets a blow. Maurice Hicks in a tailback. 2nd and 12. Dilfer gets out of harm's way. He's not going to make anybody forget about Alex Smith in terms of his mobility, but Trent Dilfer dives at the marker close to a San Francisco first down.
We got to replay that just to see that dive. Unbelievable.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how he got out of there. I mean, Matthias Kiwanuka hits it on the run. I mean, it's a tough job for Moran Norris, and somehow Trent Dilfer gets out, but I think he steps out of bounds before he dove. No, he was right at the marker.
Score one for the 35-year-old 14-year veterans. 3rd and just a yard after the Dilfer run. Fumble. It looked like Dilfer fell on his own bat.
No.
San Francisco has converted twice in 4 fourth-down conversion tries.
Run right over the top of Larry Allen.
And that's exactly where the 49ers go.
It's going to be close.
The 11th play of the 49er drive. A rare sustained drive indeed for San Francisco. Into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. 45 left in the half. 1st and 10 for Eli Manning from the Giant 20. Brandon Jacobs is dropped after a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 7. The hand of Brandon Jacobs. Breaking tackles, and down near the first down marker as Derek Smith finally stopped.
Linebacker.
3rd and just a yard. And the Giants are stopped. Line coach Jim Tomsula is going absolutely nuts out there with the Ray Wersching mustache and the whole act. Loving it. Michael Lewis, the deep man for San Francisco. He'll start the punt return at the 21 after a slip. He's tackled at the 30-yard line. A 7-6 visiting 49er lead. 1st and 10 from the San Francisco 30. Fumble. Frank Gore jumped on it. We'll see what happens when they unpile him. Big Blue football. O.C. Umenyiora was the guy that recovered the fumble for New York.
Well, Frank Gore had a hand on it, but they landed right on his arm, and O.C. Umenyiora took it right away from him.
I don't know if this is quarterback or running back, but watch Frank Gore try and bounce. Let's see if he has the ball before he bounces. Now, he's there in plenty of time. Just a bad exchange, and there's what Tony talked about. He's trying to hustle to get on it, but there's so many blue jerseys. Boy, Frank Gore closed the pocket before the ball was in there.
The NFL sack leader, Umenyiora, there to recover the fumble. Position inside the 30.
When we talked about momentum, the Giants definitely have it now.
Derek Ward running between the tackles and springing for a first down. Dropped at the 15 by Deshaun Goldson. With Ann Curry and Al Roker.
Ouch.
Brandon Jacobs, Derek Ward, Reuben Grones, they're running wild. What I'm trying to say is, hey, they haven't missed him. As good as Tiki Barber has been and was for his career here.
I think you're trying to say a little bit more. I don't want to read between.
And the pass is dropped by Brandon Jacobs.
Running back's having a tough time today catching the ball for Eli.
The 4th drop out of the Giant backfield.
I don't know, Matt, you talked enough about that. The handbags and that other stuff. I mean, you watch that show a lot or what?
I've been there.
All right.
In fact, I'm auditioning for The View next week as soon as you guys are going to go to London.
We'll bring you a present. Don't be so salty.
Another drop by Brandon Jacobs. But that was a legitimate fear going over. The Giant running game would sputter. It's been exactly the opposite that's happened. This is Jacobs again. Breaking tackles and down at the 5.
You know, we could talk about the running backs as much as they do. Take a look right here. Watch the center on this play right here. Sorry, man. Sean O'Hara. Nice job, Sean.
144 rushing yards for the Giants here in the first half. Wide change the play calling. Touchdown, New York.
Lane was wide open. That offensive line, I'll tell you what, they deserve more respect than they're getting, Moose.
They really do. I mean, it's not just the running game. They're excellent at pass protection. But you pointed it out on that last play, Tony. They created another running lane on that one. I mean, from up here at our perspective, I knew Brandon Jacobs was in as soon as he got the ball. I mean, watch what they create right here. I mean, they're...
After the Frank Gore fumble, they put together a quick striking 4-play drive, keeping it on the ground to reclaim the advantage. 13-7 New York. Lawrence Tynes on to kick it away. Maurice Hicks, the deep man for San Francisco. Hicks looking for a corner tackled at the 27-yard line. Big night of baseball tonight on Fox. Dilfer out of the shotgun on first down. With pressure intercepted. The veteran Sam Madison. Madison's second pick of the year.
Well, he's another guy that's really benefited from the system that Steve Spagnuolo has put in place for this Giants defense. He has always been an aggressive press coverage guy. He didn't like being off the ball pre-snap, but watch him drift. Right there at the top, watch him drift into that throwing lane. I mean, that's something you can't teach. He lets his guy go. Trent Dilfer's got to recognize coverage. He's got to understand that Sam Madison has help over the top and that he's not going to be running with that outside receiver. Yep.
The 49ers' last two plays. The Giants take over at the 30-yard line. Manning looking downfield. Pass caught by Shockey down at the 24 as Patrick Willis stops him for the 49ers.
I mean, an offense that's struggling to find their way, and 2 turnovers inside or at their 30-yard line. I mean, you can't do that when you're a group trying to find out who you are. I mean, we don't know what to look to. 2 critical turnovers.
Jacobs patiently waiting for a corner down at the 20-yard line. Another Giant first down as we quickly backs with Leinart down for the year. 1st and 10 for Manning and the Giants from the 20. Mike Matthews, the rookie tight end, the man in motion as Manning's pass intended for Matthews is incomplete.
I think he's going to be a good player on this team. You watch Mike.
2nd and 10. Jacobs with a corner. Patrick Willis makes the tackle after another big ground gain for New York. The NFL's leading rookie tackler. Play clock winding down. Sonoris Moss is checked into the game for New York. Split at the bottom of your screen. Out of the shotgun, the quick hand up the middle to Derek Ward will be short of a first down.
He's back.
It's a 30-yard attempt for Tynes. Boy, and the Tynes is right. Just by a smidgen.
He made it. It didn't look good, but he made it.
The Giants make it a 16-7 advantage.
Matt, close your eyes.
I should let one of you guys read this.
time, the NFL takes a regular season game across the pond. 500,000 requests for tickets.
And they're sending me and you, Moose.
Well, you know, they'll learn. They'll learn.
We'll be over there for a whole week. I'm going to be doing some nice stuff. Look on foxsports.com. I'm going to have a little camera with me. I'm going to go check.
Currently getting a handful from the Patriots, and they'll face the Giants next Sunday at Wembley Stadium. Across the 30-yard line and down at the 32 is Maurice Hicks. A good return for San Francisco as Trent Dilfer. Arnaz battle in motion. The hand is to Frank Gore after battle cleared the left side. A flag on the play. If it stands, Gore is near a first down marker. Off the field. Now it's an empty backfield for Dilfer out of the shotgun with just over 2 minutes left in the half. And the pass across the middle is caught by the tight end Delaney Walker.
This turf this afternoon.
So meanwhile, it's Maurice Hicks at tailback with Dilfer on 2nd and 16. And down goes Dilfer. Michael Strahan's second sack of the afternoon.
Pick your poison right now. I mean, it's so hard when you've got threats across the board up front that can get to your quarterback. You've got Joe Staley, a rookie, number 74, one-on-one on an island. You're turning your protection away from Michael Strahan, making it an even larger island that he's got to work on. And Michael Strahan is having his way right now.
That's what happens when you have those two good ends. OCU Manure and Michael Strahan. Who do you go and double to? Who do you slide to? One of those guys is going to have a one-on-one when it's 4-on-5. Obviously, it's going back and forth, and Michael definitely want to make that.
Spent a timeout. They want to get the ball back here, 3rd and 22 with 1:54 left in the half. Dilfer has to dump it off, and Michael Robinson makes the catch, but little else as he's down at the 24. And Andy Lee punting it away to R.W. McQuarters. And the X-Snyder starts the punt return at the 20-yard line, gets past a couple of tacklers, and is down at the 33-yard line. Brian Jennings made the tackle on special teams for the 49ers, and there's a flag on the field.
I think R.W. McQuarters just lost his cool. Now, he got hit a little bit late on that play, but there was no initial flag thrown there, but he got up and got in his face. The guy that hit him late, and I think he may get the 15-yarder called on him. You see at the end of the run right there. I think it's Jeff Albrook who comes in and gets him. Now he goes and seeks him out and gets in his face. Now that's the one thing you can't do. If you go out and seek a player out, if you just kind of get into a confrontation, they'll kind of separate you and let you go. But if you go seek that guy out, you're going to get 15 yards on you.
And it's hard to do, man. When you're in the frame of mind of playing and your adrenaline's up and you're out here and a million things going on, it's tough to going back down, but you got to back down because of the rules.
2 fouls on the play. During the kick, holding number 32, the return team. That penalty will be assessed from the end of the kick. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike taunting, number 25 of the return team. That penalty is declined.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to look past him.
1:35 left in the half. The Giants backed up to start this drive at the 10-yard line. And Manning's pass is caught by Derek. Again, the Giants with no timeouts left here in the half. 1:30 left. Flag on the play. Eli's flushed out. The pass is incomplete. First and 10 from the 22 out of the shotgun. Manning steps up. There's out the long ball. Amani Toomer at midfield.
Boy, that is a nice throw right there by Eli Manning. What great touch. Amani Toomer's in the slot. Going to come up and run a corner route. You've got Walt Harris on the coverage underneath. That is well thrown.
A gain of 24 yards for the Northern California native. So the Giants' all-time leading receiver and now their all-time leading touchdown receiver having another big afternoon. Manning's pass caught by Plaxico Burress. And after some dancing, he's out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Manning out of the shotgun as he has been in the entire drive. And that one caught over the middle close to a first down. Amani Toomer once again. Eli 3rd and a yard. Wide open Plaxico Burress. Inside the 30. Up big run holes today, but they've kept Eli clean all year. Only 7 sacks all season. Pass is caught by Derek Ward out of bounds at the 21. 3rd and 4 with 26 seconds left in the half. With roughly 20 seconds left until halftime. Tynes is up. And for the second time today, good. A great day of football. A part of the first half story for San Francisco. It looks like he's taped and wrapped and ready to go to work. And on the bouncing kickoff, the return is for Michael Robinson up to the Dilfer with 11 seconds left on the clock dumps it off to Gore, and he is shouldered to the turf across midfield. The Niners convert on a first down. 3 seconds left in the half, and San Francisco spends a timeout. Plaxico Burress will get an early start on the halftime recap. And up next, Frank Gore up the middle. And Gore breaks off a big one as time expires. Halftime here at Giant Stadium. Well, Mike Nolan had an early lead in this football game, but a couple of turnovers swung the momentum right back to the home-standing Giants. Latest in fantasy stats, go to foxsports.com.
Talked to Mike Nolan also about Frank Gore, said he wasn't concerned.
49ers just 1 of 4 on 3rd down this afternoon. Here comes Umenyiora, and Strahan down goes Dilfer. A flag on the play. Michael Strahan with his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
You got those guys come around the end, but if you can step up in the pocket, it's not going to work. Great job by the middle of that field. Good push.
Frank Gore back on the field. Look out. Umenyiora. The ball's free. O.C. Umenyiora off to the races. Touchdown, Giants.
There's that pressure we've been seeing all day long. Outside, O.C. Umenyiora coming around the backside. Trent Dilfer didn't even see it coming.
There has got to be a breakdown in protection there. I mean, you cannot allow number 72 to be unblocked in a passing situation. They just got too many guys over to the left side. You had to turn one guy loose, and unfortunately, the guy you turned loose was 72.
O.C. Umenyora's NFL leading 8th sack of the year. His first this afternoon. Jars the ball free. He brings it back for 6. Well, that devastating Giants front making things happen again. A 77-yard fumble return for touchdown after the Umenyiora sack. His league-leading 8th of the year has given the Giants a 26-7 advantage early in the 3rd quarter. Maurice Hicks running laterally. And now across the 25 to the 30. And taken down just shy.
The ball had to come out immediately with O.C. Umenyiora being turned free.
Dilfer's pass caught by Frank Gore. Flags all over the field after a game.
You better have your eyes on that play the whole time and not just throw a flag because you see somebody going to the ground.
Fred Robbins leads the league this year, and then inside you got to deal with Robbins and Cofield. This front four has just been devastating for the Giants.
Worse than that is Justin Tuck and Matthias Kiwanuka. I mean, when you get into third downs, they dump those two guys down inside who are perimeter rushers, and Michael Strahan feels that Justin Tuck is actually a better inside pass rusher at the tackle spot than he is from the end.
Dilfer on second and long. Ashley Lalee makes his second reception of the half.
Well, that might be
Dilfer with the deep ball. Here. McQuarters at the 9. He breaks free. Flags are down. McQuarters scored himself off the field. So the Giants take over from inside the 10. Brandon Jacobs, the ball carrier, across the 10-yard line.
So I don't know how much more adversity these guys can overcome in this game. It's just every time they've had an opportunity, it's just blown up on them.
2nd and 5 intended for Jacobs on 3rd and 5. They reset Sonoris Moss before the snap. And Manning is dropped inside the 5-yard line. Brandon Moore, who lost
of linemen, and they were still in one spot. They got it turned around and were like, hey, somebody got we blew an assignment on that one. Oh!
And the Feagles punt is blocked from the back of the end zone. Moore and Norris came in like a runaway train. San Francisco, something going right for the visiting Niners in the second half today. 49ers will receive the football once again. The free kick from the 23, Michael Lewis is up to the 40-yard line. Good position.
One on the pass play right before that with the sack, and then they followed it up with another one on the punt.
Frank Gore. 2nd and 6, a 4-receiver set for Dilfer out of the shotgun. Batted away.
Oh, good play.
Nearly intercepted by Kiwanuka.
What a good play by Joe Staley. Boy, these defensive linemen for the Giants are so athletic. Matthias Kiwanuka, he's going to be inside. He's inside Michael Strahan, right behind Antonio Pierce. Now watch. He gets up. He's going to go for the ball. Look at Joe Staley. Good play. Good play by Joe Staley.
Each one of them could have played Division I NCAA basketball. San Francisco winning the time of possession battle since halftime, and the pass to Vernon Davis is caught across midfield. First down. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Keep it on the ground with Gore up to the 45 before being tackled by Jabril Wilson.
Good response to a lot of adversity so far in this game.
Good test for the rookie tackle, Joe Staley. Dilfer's pass incomplete. Intended for Lalee, no flag on the play.
They're just pounding him. I mean, it's just like in every direction. Every play that he drops back, he's had pressure on him that I've seen today.
We've talked about all these different guys across the front, and somebody's going to be one-on-one. And, you know, sometimes it could be O.C. Umenyiora, sometimes it could be Michael Strahan, but let's not forget about those guys inside it. And the whole premise about having those guys there is Steve Spagnuolo, when you get the one-on-one, he expects you to get to the quarterback.
Here comes Tuck, and down goes Dilfer.
It's like a race for them defensive linemen. Moose pointed out time and time again. When it starts happening, you start getting sacks up on the line of scrimmage. Everybody wants some, especially with O.C. Umenyora's tip and sack, and then all of a sudden he gets a touchdown. These guys are coming like banshees up front.
And those are all good pass rushing defensive end type guys. I mean, you've got to stay with them the entire play. They're so athletic. They can run down the play. Man, that is a handful for that Niners offensive line.
5 more sacks for the Giants today to pad to their league-leading total as Andy Lee's punt bounces into the. Tonight on Fox, Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. The Indians and Red Sox will clash one more time to decide who gets the Rockies in the World Series. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific in high definition, only on Fox. From the 20-yard line for Eli Manning and company. Giants have had a great afternoon running the football again. Brandon Jacobs is across to the 25.
The NFC East, I cheered for him, but I don't think the Yankee fans are going to be cheering for the Red Sox.
No, I don't think there's
Ain't happening.
No shared love. Giants with a first down courtesy of Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs.
Let's see how long you last.
I think you'd go down faster than if you're wearing an Eagles jersey. Really, that much animosity. First and 10 for New York. Derek Ward. After a gain of a couple of yards as well. Brandon Jacobs had a knee. Derek Ward was banged up. Both of them active and contributing, of course, this afternoon. Split Toomer wide. And the pass in his direction, wide open, and it's underthrown a bit. Amani can't hang on. With Manning. Toomer up at the top of your screen in that sun field again. The nickel package on the field for San Francisco. Plenty of time for Manning. Pass caught by Plexico Burress. First down, Giants.
You saw Eli Manning get to the ball.
First and 10 just across midfield is New York. Manning play action. Here comes the blitz and the pass off waivers from St. Louis in September. He stays in the game in front of Brandon Jacobs. And Jacobs is hit for a 1-yard loss.
Staff are sending their players the way they're playing right now.
3rd and 11 for New York. Shockey. First down, G-men. Shockey dragging a San Francisco tacklers across the first down marker.
Little Bavaro-esque there at the end of that run. Jeremy Shockey up at the top of your screen, a little delay route underneath as Plaxico clears that area. See how many it takes to get him down. 5 guys.
He just does a nice job of knowing where the first down marker is. I don't know if he gave a little peek to the sideline, but just going, turning it north and south. So many guys will go east and west and not get that first down, but not Shockey. He goes and pounds it, takes a couple guys with him, gets the first.
There's a reason why Jeremy Shockey has been Eli's favorite 3rd down target this year. Play action. Years. And so far it has been a rough one for the Niners visiting coach. Derek Ward dragged down from behind by the 11th play of the drive for New York. There's a flag. Manning on the move, and Eli's able to get rid of it. Incomplete. A fierce-sounding collision.
Hey, but these guys are going to go up for it. Oh, man. God, dog.
Lockett out of the back of the end zone for a San Francisco safety. Michael Lewis, the deep man for the Niners. Pseudo-poocher as Fiegels tries to pin it inside the 5. They'll do so inside the 10. No one has put more inside the 20 in NFL history than Jeff Fiegels. All Giants at the Meadowlands today. Away quickly, Trent Dilfer to start the 4th quarter has a flag down on the play.
They've got to find some balance. I think right now they're really searching for what the identity of this group would be, and they can't get too far removed from Frank Gore.
A quick strike pass caught by Vernon Davis for a 49er first down.
Left corner.
Dilfer's pass in and out of the hand. 2nd and 10. Delayed handoff to Frank Gore. Jabril Wilson there to make the stop. We send an evening indeed. Second game of the doubleheader on tap within Game 7 of the ALCS. 3rd and 4. Intercepted. Antonio Pierce. Dilfer drags him down at the 5.
Well, I think he wanted Vernon Davis, who came in motion, and when he was covered, he went too quickly back to the outside. He never saw Antonio Pierce. Vernon Davis, here he is right here. I think that's who Trent Dilfer wanted. Now watch. Boy, did Antonio Pierce bait and switch him on that one. He looks like he's in a position to cover Vernon Davis. And as soon as Trent Dilfer comes off, number 85, Antonio Pierce is coming off. Gets right into the throwing lane.
The 4th turnover of the game committed by the 1st and goal. They're a couple punches away from running away this afternoon. Jacobs taken down from behind, a loss. Jacobs and drones in the backfield. Dumped off to Jacobs. Back to the 5-yard line. A gain of 3. Ronald Fields among those on the tackle.
You see some of that athleticism that Tony was talking about. I mean, Brandon Jacobs is breaking back to the inside. There is no quit in this 49er defense. I mean, it has been a tough season for them. They have been on the field quite a bit. And this has been a tough afternoon. But I tell you, they are playing every snap like the score was close. Probably the biggest reason the guy we just had on the screen, Mike Singletary. I mean, you have a tremendous amount of respect for a guy that's done what Mike Singletary has done in his professional career, and you want him to have respect for how you approach the game.
As time expires on the play clock, Manning hangs it for the corner.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Contact to the head of the quarterback. Number 56 defense. Penalized half the distance to the goal and a 1st down.
Moose, you talked about it earlier, just dumb penalties, and we've seen it over the 3 games that we had. Just get away. You got the pressure on him. Why even hit him? That's the dumbest thing I've seen in a long time. Don't even touch that guy. You know, if you hit him anywhere near his head, they're going to call the flag.
San Francisco, they have some devastating penalties during the course of their games.
On 1st and goal, Guy Wimper lines up at receiver. Trying to stick it to him right up the middle. Touchdown, New York.
Tony Saragusa, offensive coordinator.
Jeremy Shockey. A 2-yard touchdown reception. The 4-time Pro Bowler gets the Giants into the end zone again.
It's just too much of a threat when you're down here on the goal line when you see the downhill action coming right at you. I mean, you've got to get up and get ready to take on that running game. Jeremy Shockey, nice job eluding Derek Smith on that play, too, because it's by Jeremy Shockey.
The Giants take a 33-9 4th quarter lead. Well, Jeremy Shockey's 2nd touchdown reception of the year gets the Giants into the end zone again. Points off turnovers has been a huge part of the Giants' success story this afternoon. .50 remaining here in the final quarter. Maurice Hicks starts the run back at the 9-yard line across the 25, tackled just short. 49ers had allowed only 7 touchdowns all year. New York's gotten them for 4 today. All Giants at the Meadowlands this afternoon, 33-9 New York. 10:43 left in regulation. Dilfer hands to Frank Gore. A gain of a couple of yards.
I don't know what you do against this pass rush of the New York Giants. I mean, they're going to find a way to isolate somebody across that front in a one-on-one situation. And they are very, very good at getting to the quarterback. So, 6-2. There's a very good shot that these guys will be 6-2 going into the bye and getting ready to come out of that bye to play the Dallas Cowboys. And if they can win that game and get to 7-2 with the way things are going this year, I just think it's a whole different.
Dallas at home, they go to Detroit. And to your point, New York will try to finish strong. This is Frank Gore across 35.
Realized it and bought into it when they started 0-2, and Tom Coughlin could have very easily said, you know what, I tried it your way, I tried to do it this way, but it's not working, and gone back to the way it used to be, and he did.
Dilfer gets away from Aaron Ross, gets the pass away, but it's incomplete. Today, turnovers have been a big part of the story. 4 of them altogether. Frank Gore having trouble with a handoff. The veteran Sam Madison jumps a route. Umenyiora with the sack and 74-yard fumble return. And most recently, Antonio Pierce.
Back from the Giants, who dominated the first 2 possessions, and boy, it snowballed on him after that.
On 2nd and 10, the pass caught by Ernest Battle, tackled at the 35, called it the 36-yard line after a gain of 4.
But I do think it's a legitimate threat on the outside to go along with Vernon Davis. But I like a lot of the formation and personnel thing.
That's who they were worried about. But when you take him out of the equation early in the game and you try to do this finesse little passes and passes downfield, it just doesn't work out. All of a sudden you find yourself behind.
19 total yards. Here's Dilfer on 2nd and 10. Corner blitz, and the rookie Aaron Ross comes to get him. And Dilfer taking exception with the treatment.
He's just had a couple where I think that Trent felt he was protected, but he's not. I mean, he's got somebody coming free. I mean, Aaron Ross is going to come off the slot. There's your key guy right there. He's in a position to get over there and cover Arnaz Battle and allow Aaron Ross to go on the blitz.
Well, the rookie first rounder out of Texas taking. That play clock expired.
That you couldn't find out, where to start to try and fix this.
3rd and long, real long. Dilfer into the end zone. Flag on the play, intended for Ashley Lee. And the 49ers may have just caught a huge break. Either that or it's going the other way. The Giants secondary responding as though the call is going to be on Lee.
Pass interference. Offense number 18. Penalties decline. Makes it 4th down.
You get into this route. Again, they're working on Kevin Docker. You see the hands get up on the shoulders. Touchy. Little touchy. Well, maybe not from that angle.
Wow.
Good position by Kevin Dockery, though. I mean, that's twice they have tested him deep on the outside, and he's been in.
The 49ers this afternoon. We're going to go for it on 4th and 21. Flag. Well, after the 49ers' 12th penalty of the game, Andy Lee's on to punt it away.
They better get this offense on track, or Andy Lee's going to have to. He's going to be on our.
Well, reminder, your football afternoon doesn't end right here on Fox. Anthony Wright has taken over for Eli Manning at quarterback for New York. And a hand to Reuben.
Les Miles has got the golden touch for all the critical decisions during the course of a game this year.
Rutgers a winner during the week. That'll send the top 5.
Poor guy.
2.5 sacks for Michael Strahan today. Rolling out, and the pass.
Not old.
As opposed to old.
Yeah, formal.
Formal.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Matt.
More diplomatic way of
Give
putting
him a
it.
smack, Bruce.
Yes, have fun when you're going to London, actually.
Oh, we were going to take you. I was going to put you in my luggage, but now you're out.
Nice. Very nice. Just over 3 minutes left at Giant Stadium. 107 ground yards for Jacobs. Dilfer's pass is complete. Maurice Hicks pays the price. Chase back. Blackburn lays the wood to him.
Blackburn, Reggie Torbor, some of the guys coming into the lineup now. Been waiting for an opportunity.
Dilfer's pass is caught by Davis. A flag on the play.
What football is all about. It's only a game.
Hicks makes the grab on the run back to midfield for San Francisco. The offensive line for the Giants. And there's one of the guys right there. This is a good group. David Deal, you know, a guy who's been shuffled around to a lot of different positions. No real superstars on that line. They don't have it. It's been all the Giants defense today. And you heard again about this new feeling around here, and also Steve Spagnuolo and what he's meant to this defensive group. And boy, it was on full display this afternoon. Tony mentioned it. These guys just love lining up and getting after people.
2 minutes left. And Trent Dilfer's pass is caught by Vernon Davis for a San Francisco first down before he is ganged. Dilfer on the move, and the pass is incomplete. Not that anybody really pays.
Established, and I'm excited to see what that means down the stretch in November, in December. How are these guys? Are they still emotionally fresh? I think he's doing a better job of the practice schedule and allowing these guys to partake in that. Care of business. Their goal, their objective is to get 6-2, get that bye week, and then get the Dallas Cowboys here with first place in the division at stake.
Gusa would be able to measure London's bangers and mash against Heath Russiford's Kielbasa and Polish. Catch is made inside the 10 by Brian Gilmore.
That was a sausage analogy for you, Tony, just in case I went over the top.
Top there. Kielbasa. We gotta go check it out though and see how they tailgate over there. Definitely, I gotta go and move around a little bit and see what they're cooking.
Little tea, some fingers.
Give me a counter. I'm actually gonna go up into the stands and see if these guys. I see them go crazy in soccer games. I wonder what they're gonna do. I might have to go explain some of the rules to them as far as what a third down, a first down is. So I'm all prepared for that.
Ball came out. Now they're saying it's an incomplete pass intended for Arnes Battle.
Mike Nolan's looking around to try and see what's happening.
The clock continued to tick.
San Francisco.
And they finally give San Francisco a timeout with 24 seconds left.
They ruled Arnes Battle down before that ball came out.
One final already from elsewhere in the NFL. Buffalo has defeated Baltimore. A 19-14 victory for the Bills.
Knock off the Ravens. What a great job by Dick Duran.
Second and goal. Dilfer stumbles as he throws, and it's incomplete. Feel-good touchdown for the long ride home. Battle in motion with 21 seconds left on third and goal. Touchdown, San Francisco.
To progress, I think they stumbled across a few things. This is a much more dynamic offense than when I saw them against Seattle a couple of weeks ago.
Two-point conversion try is no good.
But it's just a question of finding that balance, you know, with what they learned today and not getting too much away from making sure that Frank Gore is still the focal point of your offense.
Postseason specials with a lot of runs and people on base all 9 innings. We welcome those of you joining us from other venues. It's been all New York Giants this afternoon. Alongside Tony Siragusa and Daryl Johnston, Matt Vasgersian. We've been talking about the ALCS Game 7 tonight on Fox, and one of the things that has perhaps tempered the mood of the New York sports faithful try the onside kick, a Joe Nedney special. It is recovered by the Giants' Amani Toomer.
Well, this Giants defense, we heard a lot about them, but they really took over the game. That fumble by Frank Gore, they were actually ahead 7-6, and it was the difference maker in this game. And a little bit of momentum at the start of the second half. O.C. Umenyiora with a sack, fumble return for a touchdown, and bad things just became worse as the game went on. And this Giants defense, they are the real deal. They can bring pressure from a number of places across that defensive front. It's not just Michael Strahan.
Big Blue with a big Week 7 win at Giant Stadium. 33-15 New York, the final score. For Tony Siragusa and Daryl Johnston, this is Matt Vasgersian thanking you for joining us. Out to Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles.